Well, good evening, everybody. That's a bit loud. Hello. Welcome to Reptile News on Wednesday night in Australia, Melbourne time. Let me just switch over to my. Hope everybody's been all right. Let me just switch over to my co-host view. There we go. There he is, Mister
G'day, g'day.
Mister Colin Schumacher. How are you?
That is me. I'm good. Yourself?
No, I'm good. I'm always good. Dean Jansen, hello. We had a few more on just before. It must have been that hectic music that I had on that
That was a
drove
good
people
song you
away.
had there.
What's that?
That was a good song you had there.
It was upbeat, uplifting for a Wednesday night. You know, hump
Yeah,
day. There we go. Here we go. Here we go. Heath, hello, mate. Hello, Corey. There we go. Can you see all the? You can see the chat there, can't you?
yeah. Again, Corey's always on.
Yeah, he loves
There
it.
was two Corey's last time, remember?
Yeah, Corey was. Yeah, he was. Yeah, I saw these. Did I see? Yeah, Corey's. Yeah, I saw you at the Vic. Is it Vic Expo? I think so. Yes.
You've been to a mall this year.
Yeah, I decided to travel up to good old, was it Penrith? I don't even know what that place was where I was in New South Wales. It was the Penrith, it was the Penrith Expo. So, is that the Hawks? That's the Hawkesbury. Yeah, Hawkesbury
Hawkesbury
Reptile.
Herb Society.
Yeah,
Reptile X. Yeah.
it was pretty good. Pretty good. I enjoyed it. I met a lot of people. I spoke to a lot of people. You know,
Well,
I
you obviously did a lot of talking. You didn't want to talk
yeah, I'm
uh,
pretty.
for a whole day.
I was pretty tired of talking. I'm still pretty tired of talking. Couldn't turn my back, and it was Eddie. G'day. Um, I couldn't turn my back, and there was somebody there that wanted to say something, and I don't mind. I don't mind. But on my daily travels, I don't say much to anybody. I just do my work,
Yeah.
and that's it. But so to be in a situation where I have to talk the whole time, I'll get used. I'll get. I'll get used to it. I like to think of myself as a mute out of social out of social hours. You know, work hours. I just stay quiet. You know, I'm like those on the Game of Thrones. What was that place where that girl went to do a training? What's that?
No, I don't know.
Did you watch Game of Thrones?
No. I'm one
No.
of those guys that hasn't yet.
Oh yeah, no. You lost soul, like fade to black. Colin's found a new button that's for dramatic effect. Please hit us.
Yeah.
Oh, there he's gone. Fade to black. We still figuring out
Yeah.
all the buttons and things here. Colin likes to play with toy with buttons.
Christopher, you tired of talking? No way, mate.
There we go.
That's,
The people that saw me there, it was like
let's
I
have
could
real.
I I could talk underwater probably. You know, like it's one of those situations.
Yeah, yeah. You talk. Yeah, you
Yeah.
could.
So
I've I've seen a lot of live videos from was it Brett's place?
yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah. I haven't seen Brent. I haven't seen Brent in about. I haven't been at his place in about 3 years. No, 2, 3 years. So all the snakes that I saw when they were hatchlings, were all adults now. So
Yeah,
it's pretty good to see the dramatic change that they went through. So
yeah,
and I just wanted to say thank you to Brent for for allowing me to come and film those animals and whatever. Apparently his phone exploded after the videos and the days following that, you know, with people that were interested in what he's got to do and what he's got available and all that stuff. So it definitely does work for a little bit of marketing. So
yeah,
if anybody wants a live stream done from their collection, you know, I don't keep reptiles anymore, so I'm pretty safe to allow into people's houses. You know, I'm okay. You know, I'll make you a nice video and get your name out there.
No,
So
so the equipment performed well in the field then.
yes, it was better than the. I would say it was better than the Vic Expo, but there are still things like shaky camera. Yeah, but that's all user error, you know. So
Yeah,
it's hard to it's hard to hold the camera steady in an environment like that. So I need to think of maybe a dolly or a harness. I'm thinking I need to get one of those gimbal harnesses. You know, I always need something extra. You know, I need to get something better. And
did you say some standout animals from the expo or even Brent's place?
yeah, there was a standout for me for the weekend was probably the albino granites that he's got.
Yeah,
because I all along said, oh, those things are not, they're not. I like let's put it this way: we were outside in his working in his hatchling room and playing with the yearlings and stuff like that. And then we didn't go anywhere near his adults. So the first time I saw his adults were literally when he pulled open those tubs. I'm not the type that goes and nothing really excites me anymore about.
Yep.
I've seen most of the stuff that's around.
Mhm.
But when he pulled those tubs out and pulled out those snakes, man, I was pleasantly surprised at just how orange those things were. Because you see so many photos online that look like the pictures been tampered with and stuff like that.
Yep.
And really, those things were bloody fantastic. Like so orange,
Yeah. Okay.
really nice. Really nice looking. Those were nice. And then he's got a super zebra there that almost looks like it's axanthic, but it's just a normal super zebra, and it's so grey. But an adult, big grown-up snake that's like grey, like concrete.
Okay.
Really nice.
Beautiful.
Yeah, George, hello. Let me just say, yeah, there we go. Brent Smith, thanks. Yeah, I know he's there. It was a good catch up. Yeah, great catch up actually. So things to take away from the expo. I went up there with I thought for some reason no, they'd probably block me at the door. Because I've been a bit controversial with this show, and I've tried to fix my way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have calmed down. But I sort of went in there and I thought, I didn't feel like
Talking about your problems,
Yeah, I didn't feel like issues, but I really went there with an open door policy, and I thought, if I can mend some bridges and if I can rebuild some relationships there, and that I left there feeling that I really accomplished that. I think I spoke to a few people that I haven't spoken to in many years. A big high note for me on the day was talking to Darren Whitaker, and Darren and I have had our differences of opinion, and I actually felt like we mend the bridges a little bit, and I know it took a bit of work. It started a bit rough. In the morning. But then at the end of the day, we were all laughing and having a chat, and I should have spoken to him a little bit more during the day. So if Darren's out there watching, thanks for the pardon, and I'm just glad I'm just glad we've grown up enough to have moved on. So I literally walked in there like that, that statue in Brazil on the mountain, with my arms open, just wanting to embrace people, give them a pat on the back or whatever. And I think I managed. I met a lot of people from New South Wales that I haven't spoken to before. I saw Stephen Carruthers were there with those marbles those pied-looking little marbles. Those. I'm sure you've seen those pictures. And man, those things are even more impressive in real life than they are in pictures.
Does the pattern on the edge of the marbling have the like a proper pie does, like the scrambled pattern, or?
Yeah, the funny thing is some of them have normal patterning in the sections that have pattern. And then he's got a few there. He had one there that had like the normal pattern looked like marble pattern, but it was dark.
Okay.
Which I found, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a mixed bunch in there. I wouldn't be surprised if some of them are just paradoxes or chimeras or whatever, and some of them are pieds. I just have a funny hunch about it.
That's pretty cool, but.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the type of guy that would keep I would literally keep a whole room of stuff that are just random phenomenons than reproducible stuff, because it's that random stuff that happens. Like another snake that really caught my eye was Jared Sharp had a paradox. Is it a paradox? I mean, not really the stuff that I specialize in. So if I screw it up, please forgive me. He had a chimera or a paradox carpet python there, but it was perfectly spread along the snake, so it wasn't like your classic patches on the animal. It actually had like a albino pigment mixed in with normal pigment spreading all through the snake. And I thought that was a really striking looking animal. Very nice.
You didn't find out pairings how he got that, or?
No.
Nice.
The other, Jared was another one that I haven't spoke to him in years. I mean, I think I spoke to him I sold him a green python years ago, maybe 12 years ago, and
Yeah.
I haven't really spoken to him since. I've never spoken to him at an expo. So for me to go up to him and have a chat to him, it was good. We had a good
That's
chat.
good.
It's nice to talk to guys that it's nice to talk to guys that know their shit as well.
Yeah.
You know, guys that I saw it as I walked up to as I walked up to his table, I saw he had one of those anery, what they classify as the anery carpets on his table, and it stuck out. I mean, it just stuck out. That I
Yep.
also think there's something really cool happening with that. I mean, I've only seen like poor like a real poor quality photos online of these anery snakes, and I mean, seeing it in real life, I think I made a video of it, but it stuck out.
Okay.
You know, like I walked up and I pointed to it straight away, and I said, "That's nice." And I thought
Yep.
at first it was an axanthic carpet, but then afterwards he said to me, "That's one of the aneries." And I said, "Yeah, no, that's very different. It looks very hypo. It's still, I don't know, it's still a. We'll see how it works. We'll see how it works. I like to give guys the benefit of the doubt. You know, he's done a lot of work proving those things out, and it seems like he's getting enough of them out of the clutches that he's making, but he's still waiting for the visual to visual pairing. If they all come out looking like that, then we know, yeah, okay, that's it. You know, look at that, look at that.
D. Whitaker, big fellas.
He's not that big anymore. He's probably about a half. No, even less. Probably about a third. I don't know how many kilos he lost.
Mate, he looks fit now.
Yeah. Even
oh my god.
Even Brent and myself as well. I've also lost. You know, I like to think that I've lost and that I've gained. I'm working on it though. They sort of after I saw the two of them, I go, oh shit, I have to lose weight again. You know, it's good that there's an awareness amongst men my age now that we need to
look after yourself.
Yeah, we need to get skinny. Yeah. That we need to look after ourselves because a heart attack or anything in life's is short. You know,
Everyone's got kids, and then you start looking at your kids going
70 kilograms. Yeah, I think I lost 20. I think I lost 25. I think Brent lost 30 kilos.
It's a lot of weight to lose, man.
70 kilos is like exactly. And are we having this is an episode of The Biggest Loser, it seems.
Yeah. No, obviously Daz is one there.
Oh shit. So no, it was a good day. I spoke to a lot of people. A lot of people came up and said, "Yeah, thank you for the show. Like the show." So we're on the right track. Right track, yeah.
A lot of people pointing at you, there's that guy.
Nah. I'm not used to that stuff. It's just it's just Facebook. You know, like to me, this is just a part-time thing to.
Guy that gets angry at everyone on Facebook.
Hey, the anger is stopping now. There's no more anger.
Yeah, you've been told.
Look, at the end of the day, to me, it matters that. You know, I think it's if all the top guys can get along.
Yeah.
And people can see the united front with the guys that are at the top. And I mean, I'm not, you know, like, I just want to be the facilitator that brings the people together. To me, it's always just been about that. I mean, I wouldn't have held conferences and stuff like that if I didn't want people to. If I want it needs to be a social experience, and I'm just a little bit worried that I mean, I keep saying this on these shows. It feels like the social side of reptile keeping's left the building years ago.
Oh, it has, yeah.
With this
it's coming back, but it'll come back.
Oh, for sure. I mean, you can just, you know, the fact that it was such a nice event at these expos, you know, where people just talk. There's something to say about eye contact and just people working out the issues and just, you know, relaxing and just, I mean, I think I saw Darren get in trouble. Darren always gets in trouble with his wife at these expos because you know, I've always seen him, at least every episode that I've seen him at, he's always gotten into trouble for talking too much. So that's not me. I'm just messing. But you know, like all them.
I think you and Daz would have a talking competition, and I don't know who would win out of that.
Yeah,
to be
no,
honest.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't.
It'd
It's
be
not a
it'd be
good thing.
exhausting to watch.
Yeah, a talk off, huh?
Talkathon.
Not a dance of a talk off, huh? Well, so I
That's cool.
yeah, I met I met
Did
another.
Daz have a table or?
Yeah, he had a table there. He had a table there with some of the silver pepper stuff on it.
Beautiful.
I spoke to Andy Sinclair, yeah,
Oh, Andy Sinclair, yeah, the
Shaggy.
big fella.
Yeah. He was. I was 100% true. Yeah, he got in. He
Yeah,
knows. He
yeah,
knows.
yeah,
He got in trouble there. I saw he got in trouble early in the
yeah.
morning already, and then later in the day is ready. If Facebook hurt the hobby as much as it helped grow. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it did. But like it is coming back around. Because I think Facebook, from what I see, gave people an outlet for their ego, and the ego gets bigger than it's. I mean, you're just keeping snakes, turtles, and frogs and lizards. You're not a rock star. You
Yeah.
just have animals.
I think that's exactly what you said there. I think the amount of likes goes to your head.
Yeah.
Like I've said it all along, all these shows. At least once I say, like that's something that was symptomatic with me was the fact that I couldn't, like I was making posts on Facebook where I was going, like I haven't had enough likes on this picture, so I deleted because I just, I need more likes.
Yeah.
Like seriously, it's vanity, it's vain like that. Well,
Yeah.
g'day mate. Yeah, I spoke to Wal as well. I saw him at the expo, and now I mean, I on the reptile news, I showed you that viral post of mine that I
Yeah.
made about those toko geckos. I didn't even see that happening. I just keep going on that page and it keeps just popping up. So that thing
Yep.
there, that post has had like, and it's crazy. Just this door, behind this door I think it's somewhere in the Philippines or in Thailand or somewhere, is this whole wall full of
And
toko
you just
geckos.
shared the picture. It wasn't your picture.
Yeah, it was just something I saw that I thought, oh, yeah, this is cool. I didn't think it would go crazy. But now, if already that one post has already got like 2,000 likes on that page, 2,000
Yep.
likes on the page itself,
Yep.
not just the post. The post itself has had something like, man, let me just, this is crazy. Like I've only seen it a couple of times. So there's been 63,000 reactions. It's reached 2.6 million people. It's had 738,000 engagements. That's crazy. Shares. It's been shared 19,000. So it's been shared 1,000 times in the last 2 hours. Shows you,
right.
but it shows you the power of them. But now with Facebook not showing, I didn't realize it was going nuts like that because you can't see how many likes that post has anymore.
I think that's a good thing they've done on those social media platforms because it's taken like the ego out of it. I think so. The only person that can see that is the user. So
yeah, and sometimes to me the reptile news page is something that I'll grow because I think the international reptile scene is a little bit more. It's something that I appreciate a little bit more. Like I like seeing ball pythons and retics and crazy crazy photos of what reptiles are up to in the wild and stuff like that. And I've found that sharing
and just how like people from overseas look into the genetics and what they look for and all that sort of stuff we can apply to stuff we're finding here.
Yeah, and but in saying that as well, I've tried to share international stuff onto my carpet pythons page, and it doesn't get that much traction.
Okay.
So I do feel like, and from what I've seen over the years, I have seen that there are a lot of Aussies that sort of discredit information if it doesn't apply to Australian. If it's not Australian, then a lot of people just dismiss information when it comes to reptiles, and I think that's a disservice that they do to what they could learn by just studying other species. They're very similar. There's very similar species all across the world. So I don't know if you know what you know what I mean. So, but it's it's an educational platform. I mean, I've been busy the whole day organizing, getting a venue sorted for this carpet fest that I'm doing. So sorry, it's a little bit cross pollination here with the Carpet Python page and this. But Wednesday nights really is I stream to all my platforms, because I mean,
To catch up.
yeah, reptiles are reptiles, and
Yeah.
so for the ones that are watching on Carpet Pythons, sorry about the it's reptile news, but you know, we had to talk about reptiles and reptiles in general, and that's it. We all like reptiles. If you got
Yeah.
anything to add in there, throw it in there, and we'll chat. If you got any questions, throw it out. We'll chat about that. And
Did
go on.
Brent have? I didn't see. Did Brent have any albino bredli?
Um,
Been getting into that sort of stuff.
yeah, he's got albino. There was he showed me his best one from a few seasons back, man, and orange. The good thing, the nice thing about the albino bredli, that's also another project that Darren started. So
Yeah.
Brent has a way of getting a project and just finishing,
Oh no.
just finishing. Oh, here we go, Rob McMillan. There we go. I think you need to fade to black now, Colin. Get out of here.
Yeah. Step away for a second. Yeah.
I wish I could do fade to black. I don't know if that's setting here somewhere. So he had
a
a.
way of.
Yeah, he has. So he buys heads and he grows the living crap out of them, and then he breeds them.
Yeah.
And these that was a good looking snake. It's good because it's high contrast, So you've got really the whites are really white, and the orange is really orange.
Because when that was tossed around a few years ago, I've always been a believer of if you get a high contrast animal to start with into the albino, it's get them all the purples and all that sort of stuff. So instead of just a white snake.
Yeah. I mean, that's what happens. Cool. That's what I saw with the Murray-Darling half-bloods as well, the drama. I saw the drama that ensued all the hybrid making, and I'm so glad we passed that now. So glad we passed it. But man, there's a funny thing I saw on the weekend, man. Reptile people's phones are all the same. The amount of people that came up to me and showed me their phones, they wanted to show me a photo, and it's just reptile photos, millions of reptile photos. There's seldom people on their phones. I don't know what they do. So people must just save pictures off the internet. It's the craziest thing to look at a normal person would look at that phone and say, what the hell's going on here? Why is there so many snakes here? It's ridiculous. Crazy.
Yeah.
Here we go. Just out of curiosity, what's your worst reptile injury, fellas? I've recently just received mine. Ooh. What's your best reptile injury?
Oh man, I got I was doing a snake relocate a couple of weeks ago. Big storm, big diamond python in a banana tree, and lightning and all that sort of stuff. So I reached up, grabbed the snake, and it flung around and bit me straight on my ass.
Oh.
And actually, it was stuck there.
Yeah.
And the people were spinning out, and then I had to pull it. And when I ripped it off, it pulled a bit of my underwear away as well. It had it in its mouth, so didn't get an infection. But yeah, that's probably bad. Pretty bad.
Did you need stitches or not?
No stitches.
I don't think I've ever had. I've had bad bites from carpet pythons when I thought I was safe. Like when you pull over a vision tub and you've literally just pulled it open and you think you're safe with your hands under the lip, and they come shooting over and grabbing you and coiling your arm and squeezing the shit out of you.
Yep.
And I think I had a crocodile. I was working for Wild Action a few years back, and they, as part of our display, we had a small saltwater crocodile. I think mine was about just less than a meter long. So I had this big tank in my lounge and whatever. And the one morning I used to use like one of these things that you pick up rubbish with. That was sort of like a hook, but like made out of rubber and whatever. Just to restrain the head and pick it up. And what I did was I grabbed it by the tail, and I sort of just used the it's like almost like a triangle shape to restrain the head.
Yeah.
And for some reason that left hand of mine just moved, and it whiplashed. It struck its head back to the
Yeah.
side and just used its, you know, those teeth that stick out on the
Yeah,
bottom
they're
jaw?
sharp.
It literally just nicked my finger and it nicked it all the way to the bone and it was just blood everywhere. And I remember doing shows that day. I just put a Band-Aid around. But every time I bent my finger, it would open the wound. And I had these little 3 or 4-year-old kids sitting around. And the bloody, the blood was dripping all over the floor. Every show that I was doing. Eventually, one of the teachers said, "Oh, do you mind? Can we put a bandage around your finger or something? It keeps bleeding on the floor. We're worried about the kids. You know, we don't." And I'm like, "Yeah, okay." You know, eventually they bandaged it up, and you know,
we don't want to see Rob's phone. Yeah, I don't want to see it either.
no. So that's my story. Thanks for. I was still busy telling you the story. Then you just went on to the next topic. Thanks, mate. Thanks for nothing.
Sorry, mate. Leading your life, kids. Jesus.
It was boring. You had to. I guess you had to be there. You know, it's one of those stories you had to be there. Yeah. Darren, g'day.
I can imagine you with the hooks and all that sort of stuff. Oh man.
Yeah, no, because I just don't like getting bitten. You should have seen me at Brent's house on. should have seen me at Brent's house on Saturday night.
Hooks out, I bet, at Brent's house.
Oh, I was so squeamish. The bloody, I mean, he dropped 2 zebras, putting them in plastic tubs because it just looked like their head was going towards my fingers. I'm like, what is wrong with me? What is wrong?
You've always been the same, but
yeah, I just don't like getting bitten. That's what separates us from the monkeys. You know, monkeys get bitten. You know, us humans with our large brain capacity. You know, we don't get bitten because it's just bullshit. It's unnecessary.
Yeah.
Rob said, and Darren. Oh yes. What's Darren Gale? What's their business called?
Top End Pythons.
Top End Pythons. Yeah, they had a big display there as usual as well.
Expo.
Yeah, Brent, like a little bitch. Yeah, I am a little bitch. And he's like 2 for 2. And Brent's standing going, oh, I could see he's getting annoyed. And then he's going, oh, 2 for 2. I'm like, bloody snake. At least he's not dead. I think
Info on Carpet Fest. There you go. Someone's asked.
Tyler Wajari. Yes.
Obviously wasn't listening before.
Yes, we'll within the next 2 weeks, I will be making the big announcement of where it's going to be. For now, it is definitely eastern suburbs, Melbourne. There is accommodation at the venue. Yes. There is a bar at the venue. There is social activities afterwards. So what I'm doing is I'm going to have a few speakers, international, national. That's still going to be a little bit of a surprise how we're going to do that.
Yeah.
But it's going to be the Saturday and the Sunday. So it's going to be a good, for locals, it's going to be nice and convenient to get from where it's right off the East Link, so they can get on the freeway and go wherever they need to go and get there quick. Melbourne's not as big as Sydney, so it's not such a big thing. From the airport to where the venue is just a straight drive from the airport straight off the freeway, and you're right there. Okay. And we've got a lot of audio visual stuff. We've got. I'm still toying with the idea of whether we have finger foods there. The price will include a T-shirt. Yeah.
Yep.
And I might even have an option for let's just leave it at that. It's going to be exciting. So but it's a 2-day event. There's going to be lots of time.
These type of events bring the hobby back to what it used to be. Like you have you used to do the conference and then you have the expos and then go to people's places after and have a look, have a laugh.
Yeah. So this morning I spoke to the venue, and they normally just hire the event out on a Saturday. I was quite surprised that it was available for that because it's a long weekend. So it's the 6th and the 7th, and then the 8th is the Queen's birthday.
Okay.
So people even have the option of going there and doing their own thing on the Monday. You know, we could go down to the Melbourne Zoo, go and see if we can organise something with the reptile house down there. I think they do tours down there. We just need to look into that. I'm not promising anything. I'm just thinking that is stuff that can be done. Yep. The Hillsville Sanctuary is just down the road. So it could be a real nice long weekend. I want to start the event on between 9 and 5. There'll be a lunch break where people can go and have lunch. There's a bistro and there's a sports bar there. I probably won't be allowing alcohol into the venue while the conference is on, just for safety reasons and because I don't want to be annoyed by people that get drunk. All right, so so by all means, they can go and sit outside and not come back and just have a party outside.
Get
But
that guy off the reptile news.
yeah.
Give him a piece of my mind.
Yeah, but there's going to be a lot of time afterwards, like the Saturday night. There's I think there's the option to have a DJ or whatever. But like we'll just socialize. I really think that.
I think it's just a good catch up thing,
Yeah, it's a really good catch up. Even just the last reptile breeders conference that I had. The guys they got so smashed the night before the conference. They had. Oh, look at that. Put your hand in front of your mouth, man, when you yawn.
Sorry.
Are you tired there, Colin? Huh? Oh, just to know, Colin's
on vacation.
He's out on he's scouting locations. He's out in the bush for work, so that's why his video looks so grainy tonight. So, but he took his whole rig with
superb lighting. I've got every lamp in the room pointed on my face.
Yeah, we will not be stopped. We will broadcast no matter what. So
yeah.
I saw what you had for breakfast there. Oh, why didn't I see that?
Oh, sorry, Rob.
Oh, oh, he's talking about you yawning. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, of course he's going to be Mr. Negative as usual. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Just kidding. So. The Friday, the Saturday, the Sunday will be the same thing, but the Saturday night's probably going to be the big time to be socializing, and then the Sunday after the expo. So I'm thinking the Sunday is going to be the same type of situation, maybe 9 to a little bit earlier, and then there's enough space there and room there to hang out with other reptile keepers, and I'm tipping a lot of the Melbourne carpet guys are going to come there. I'm still undecided whether we keep it just with carpet pythons. Not sure.
Yeah, okay.
Not sure. They are, I'd like to stay on course with Carpet Fest, but I know Eric Burke. I got him lined up to do because we are sort of, my whole mindset behind Carpet Fest is why try and reinvent the wheel when something's really working for the guys in the US.
Yeah, it's just a big social event, the Carpet Fest now, isn't it?
Yeah, and I know there'll be people saying, "Oh, but we Aussies can do our own thing and whatever." So there's always people like that, but in my mind, it's just like it's something that works. It's it's good to get the carpet guys on board. I think we're all the same, regardless of where we are in the world. And it'd be good to just have that type of variation. There's a lot of experts in the US in the carpet industry that specialize in stuff that we only sort of toying with now. But in other aspects, there's guys that we're far. I personally think Australia is far ahead when it comes to carpet pythons at the moment. Sure, there's a couple of morphs, I can't
believe. I was going to say to you, like, I think we're at the front now. So
I can't believe that I just used that word morph. Ugh.
Oh.
There used to be this when I was a kid. They used
it in there. I didn't even notice.
There used to be this little clay man on television called Morph, and every time I hear the people use the word morph, did you ever? Can you remember Morph? Do you know who Morph is?
I think.
I'm going to show you what Morph looks like.
Might have been in black and white, that stuff.
I'm going to show you what Morph looks like because Morph.
Yeah.
If people use the word morph, this is what I see. This is what I see. Hold on. This is what I see when I see people use the word morph. Okay? Now I'm going to just switch quickly to this desktop of mine so people can see. Bang. That's morph. All right?
Oh, yeah.
See morph? There we go.
There's an naughty morph in the middle there.
Oh, we have to just quickly. Oh, you have to shut the show down right now. Oh, my goodness. All right? Funny that you'd pick up on that. Little morph. Oh, fade black. Here we go. It's a little fade, little morph erection that was happening there on that screen.
Yeah, that definitely was. Yeah,
definitely. For sensitive viewers, sorry about that. I didn't screen that. My eyes didn't pick up on morph penis.
It was right in the middle of the screen.
I was too focused on the word morph that was standing right there on that picture. You've totally thrown me off my
Now
game now.
burned in my brain.
Yeah.
So.
So Morph, yes, I used to watch that when I was a kid. That's one of the two programs that we had on television as children in South Africa. You know, Morph
Yeah.
and something else.
Obviously not a lot on TV in
yeah,
South Africa.
yeah, we've got some other. There's somebody else, Movieman 175. That was a bit messed up. Sorry, but I want
Yeah,
people
sorry.
to understand if I
You're
hear
gonna
the
be okay.
yeah
We can offer services later if you're not okay.
yeah these things happen on this show. So
Yeah.
it really is just a Wednesday night chat, you know.
Yeah.
I do have to say though on Saturday I've got a show around midday with Eric Burke that I'm just gonna have a chat to him about Carpet Fest, the inception of that idea that he had. I remember when he started talking about that, and it really just it really brought together the reptile keeping community over in the US. You know, they've got that on every coast now. They've got one of them on every coast. They make significant contributions to the US ARC. There's major auctions happening at these things. I don't know, Australia's a funny place. To allow reptile auctions at something like that, will require an armload of permits. So, so what I might do is I might see if some of the speakers are in a position to donate something to the event. I don't know. I mean, we could probably donate them. We could probably, I just had a little bit of a wind there. I don't know. Something went wrong. I don't know. It's all the soda water that I'm drinking. It's all the gas that needs.
Soda water. Still drinking that shit.
There we go. Yes, Australia is a great place. It is a great place. Yeah. So what was I saying? So I'll bring him on. We'll have a chat about that and a few other bits and pieces. I do believe that the Americans that just came and visited here as well, on their first night here, they found an Owen Pally Python.
No.
Yeah.
That has to be staged.
No.
Not a chance.
A good source, a reputable source. Let's just call it that. Yeah, Luke Skywalker's in the house. I think that's a fake name, Luke.
That has to be a fake.
That has to be a fake name. That has to be a fake name.
That guy.
But I've seen him comment everywhere. There we go. G'day, mate. Nobody cares. So, not nobody cares that you're saying what's up, everyone. It's just if nobody cares if it's a fake name or whatever. There's so many of those fake names and fake profiles. Although it could be his surname could be Skywalker.
It could be.
You know.
What
people can be anything these days. What?
What mum and dad, if their last name was Skywalker, name their kid Luke?
I don't know. It would be a cool name though, Luke Skywalker. If you really call that, huh?
People just going, "What's your real name?"
There you go. That is my real name.
Luke Skywalker. Come on, what's your real name?
Yeah. So there is, I think Joe said that it is true. Yes, a reputable source. A reputable source told me that there was another Owen Pally found. I do believe that they should probably close the doors now to Americans to come into the country, because it's the second one that's been found by foreigners on Australian soil, and it in previous years it's taken years to find just one or two. Am I not
trained blind or?
I don't know. I think living in their area, living in their territory, your eyes get used to the environment.
Yeah.
I think you just get numbed down, and I think if you come in there with fresh eyes, I've seen myself. If I go field herping in an area that is unfamiliar to my eyes, like the especially the bush, your eyes, if you know the symmetry of a snake and the what a snake looks like amongst the bushes, if you're not familiar,
I just can't believe it. Like, to be honest. So.
Oh, his name is actually Luke Skywalker.
It is like.
Sorry, Luke. We apologize profusely.
Do we?
What's that?
Maybe you by yourself.
Oh shit! There, no, stepped in it again as usual.
I love that button. I didn't even know that button did that. So.
Oh, there's a third. There we go. Chandler's Wildlife on YouTube from the US found one also. So I don't know what's going on. Aussies, lift the game. We have to lift the game a little bit. We're dropping the ball on this. Although they just have to put it back in the
Can't be
book.
effed, or
What's that?
these guys have travelled a long way to find them, and they're determined. So
Yeah, I think
was
Eric.
true. I've seen the pics. Yeah, I can make a pic too that I found her.
Hey, Gavin Bedford, just put it down the grass in the lawn in the backyard. What's that?
I've been around a while. I've seen a lot of things.
We'll give him that. We won't be skeptics. We'll believe.
All right, okay. Let's just say that they found it.
Let's
That's
just
pretty
move.
cool.
I can see you a skeptic. I like to give people the benefit of the doubt from now on. I'll be nice
Oh, yeah.
until there's probably a video. There'll be a video. There'll be a video of them. They'll show it off to their mates when they go back.
Yeah.
Just tell me, the guys out there that's watching the show, can you tell us if there's a delay in the sound? It looks like there's a slight delay with the stuff. There we go. Okay, thank you, Luke. Thanks thank you for forgiving us this time. No, I haven't looked. Yeah, correct. I don't think I'll go up to the north. It's too hot. As I've said before,
You wouldn't make it.
I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. But I mean, it's like I'm as sensitive as getting bitten by snakes. You know, I probably wouldn't survive that. I would get out of the plane. I would get straight back in. I wouldn't even depart. I wouldn't even do.
Wouldn't even leave the air conditioning.
I just walk out there, get hit by that hot air and that humidity, and I just go, nah, I'm gone. Back into
That's enough for me. Yeah,
That's
I'm
enough.
done this.
Done. Can't find him. You know, I'll just submit to defeat right there. You know.
But you do need to do the swim with the croc in the tube.
I don't know. Does that still exist?
Yeah, I think it does, doesn't it?
Okay. I know that the Gavin was. I know that their contract expired up in Crocosaurus Cove, and I think he had to move his collection. Or I don't know. That was the last drama I heard about out of the Northern Territory. Although they're so laid back, I mean, I can't believe that people would just.
How funny would run.
Yeah.
It's got you there.
Yeah. He's not that funny, really, Rob. I'm just gonna block him.
You can tell that.
I think I can block him. Hold on, let me just see if I can block him. I'm just gonna.
Hang on a minute. I'm just gonna click a few buttons here.
Yeah, I could block him. Block user or reply. I'm not gonna reply. I'm just gonna press that block, that circle with a line through it. You know, no smart ass comments here. You just get blocked. Easy. The nail varnish would run. Yeah. Now I have to look at that thing comment until somebody else comments. So so it is fun to see the Americans beating us at our own game out in the bush. Well done, boys. Well done, gents, finding another Ompally python. You know.
Yeah, well done.
Yep. And we'll probably see it on one of their shows. Did see they're starting to post their shows now. Yeah, go in winter when it's not so hot. But I wonder if you'll find them. I wonder if they're still around in winter. I don't know.
Don't know.
We've been on for an hour. Do you know that?
Have we?
Yeah, hour and 7 minutes.
Where's Movieman? What's it say?
Yeah, he's on
175 from?
Facebook. Where is he posting on? Let me just check.
He's on YouTube.
Yeah, on one of the YouTube. So he's getting the full glorious premium not 1080p feed.
No, I want to know where he's from.
Yeah, where are you from, Movieman 175? Okay, so let's stay on topic. What else is there? Okay, so Carpet Fest, I'll let you guys know within the next probably the next week once I finalize a few bits and pieces. It's going to.
We're talking about Penrith Expo. We talked about standout animals. What about? Is there any monitors or lizards that you've seen?
Oh yes, there was another favorite of mine for the day. There was a big Parenti that looked to be tame, although I reckon it was just because it was cold, and it was the tongue. I could tell from the tongue flick that lizard was underheated because it was moving really slow and it was very tolerant of people picking it up. So. They did have photo opportunities with that. I did see somebody had photos with a iguana, a nice big green, orange, right? Nice big male green iguana.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I know there was a lot of spiders. I know there wasn't actually that many lizards.
Spiders. I think you'd be a good spider guy.
Yeah, I don't mind spiders. I don't mind spiders. I've held big tarantulas and stuff. The Aussies are much smaller, but
Yeah.
it's not not something that I'd go and walk up to and say, "Oh, come and climb on my hand." I'm just not like I don't know.
Fernando County, Florida.
Hernando County. What's the time in Hernando County, Florida?
That's bedtime in Florida. That's what it is.
Here we go. I see the only way to get a T-shirt is to come to the Carpet Fest. Correct, Rob. Correct. You'd have to get your
Right?
you'd have to
Go
get
to
your
Kmart, buy a t-shirt.
you'd have to get your broke ass down to Melbourne and come and get a T-shirt. I'll give you 2 T-shirts if you make it down to Melbourne. Yeah, you and your daughter. She'll love a
There you go.
Carpet Fest T-shirt. So, um, we've got ZoomEd
Yeah.
on board. ZoomEd's on board. They sponsor for us. I'll
Okay.
be reaching out to F10. Used to support us quite a lot in the past as well with the conferences. So F10's good. I'm sure you'll be able to get yourself some value price F10 on the day as well.
Mm-hmm.
There's a few other bits and pieces that we're working on, but I think that the T-shirt, that's a good. And it's not going to be expensive. I just want to see what the costs are coming in at, because for now I've paid for the event, just the event hire out of my own pocket. And I think, and I'm saying this tentatively, I'm thinking around, so this is without catering, what I'm thinking about $50.
Mm-hmm.
And that gives people, like it's a fair thing, coming from interstate, visiting the conference, spending
Yep.
time for hours and hours. I've extended normally, I think I said normally the hours are only 5 hours per day that you pay for, but we've come to an arrangement where it's 95. I can go and set up the cameras the night before, so it's
Yep.
all ready to rock and roll on the Saturday morning. I don't know. Your dog might be too big for my shirts. So are people messaging from Facebook? Yeah, it's coming in from everywhere. So I can see on my side on my feed.
Yeah.
You,
So he might not know that you're live streaming Facebook
yeah.
to site.
Yep. So there's you'll see on the comments, you'll see there's a little YouTube emblem or Facebook emblem next to the name of the person. That's you could see the emblem of where the comments coming from the internet. So I've got it going to 2 Facebook pages
Actually,
and
what
2 YouTube.
size shirt would Daz be?
Daz would be I reckon he'd be an XL. He'd be my size.
XL?
Yeah, he's my size.
He's still got pretty big shoulders. He'd probably be double XL, I reckon.
Yeah, we all three standing there right at the end. They had to ask us to leave, or they were going to kick us out. Last men standing, always.
Movieman, YouTube is the best place to watch because of the HD stream.
Yes. So that's about it. So I see there's a few thumbs up there for the 50. Please don't go crazy about the 50. It might be a little bit more, but it's not going to be. I can't see it going up because
I said 50 now. That's what it is.
What was the
Hey,
XXL?
I was on the money.
But I reckon depending on the cut of the shirt, XXL, XXL, I don't know. I do think though that in the past, what did we put? What was the cost for the Mutation conference? I think that was $90.
Yeah, 95 or $90. I probably paid 95.
Yeah,
was it 90?
Yeah, I think 95. I don't know, but I think it was because we had food for the like snacks for the lunch, or food for the lunch. But what I found was that people complained. I complained as well because some of the bread was a bit dry or whatever. So with the fact that there's a bistro and a sports bar there means that people can go and sit down in their groups or whatever. We can probably ask for an area where all of us can have lunch together, and then we'll stop the show for a couple of hours or an hour or so. We'll have lunch and we'll go back into the venue and start talking again. I think I was really
out.
What's that?
Movieman's freaking out. He's never seen this before.
I've never seen this before.
Subscribe.
Yeah, it's there's these services online now that you can stream to anywhere, and if I paid for even more, I could probably go even do as many services as I want.
Yeah, right.
It's pretty cool. Okay, so I think that's pretty much that pretty much covers it. Actually, I'd fit my dog. Otherwise, I can hand you old shirts down there. Yeah, but Darren will probably have a lot of shirts. I've got a whole stack of clothes in my cupboard that doesn't fit me either. I have to avoid. Have to avoid
What did you pump up to? What did
me.
you go to? Yeah.
I was a double XL,
Double XL.
a tight double XL. I think I'm an XL now, actually. Depending on the
Yeah.
shirt. Depending on the
Tight
shirt.
double XL.
What's that?
A tight double XL.
Yeah, I don't like shirts being tight, but then you get shirt. You know, some shirts are slender cut and some are wide fit or whatever. What are we talking about clothes for? We're such new age men, aren't we? Huh?
Drink more soda water.
Snags.
There you go.
What do Australian women call snags? Sensitive new age guys.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Yeah, drink more bloody soda water. Yeah, yeah.
But so
So
it'll go under the because I've seen the Carpet Fest advertised and all that sort of stuff, and
yeah.
it seems that it's not only about carpets, it's just about reptiles in general nowadays anyway. So
Yeah, I mean, it's open for debate. I'd like to get
it's just a
somebody.
social reptile event basically. So
Yeah, I'd like to talk somebody to come and talk about pythons.
yeah.
I know who I asked.
Oh,
There we go. Daz is still going on the weight thing. But if you
that's a lot of fabric.
yeah, if you saw him, what 46 weighs to 36. Yeah, 36 is the magic number. I'm a 36. I told you, I'm a 36 as well. 36 is
Yeah.
the magic number for a man, our age. And somebody Darren's a full young 45 these days. So yeah, we had a laugh about that as well. Um, so yeah, this is sort of
Does
going. This whole talk is this whole.
Dad still sleep with the thing on. That's all I know. That he used to sleep with the I can't remember the apnea thing.
Let's leave it with the snoring.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, you know what? I used to wake up in the middle of the night and I used to have reflux into my lungs and I felt like I was dying. And that's when I realized maybe I should lose some weight now. And I think I lost 15 kilos and that just stopped right
Okay.
there. Yeah. Look at us. This is now so quickly deteriorating, this show. Well, we still have 20 plus people watching. So they're coming and they're going, this is the real diehard, the diehard people that have nothing to do with their life. That's
Absolutely nothing to do with
Yep. But it seems like we've got the diehard people that like to just watch us talk rubbish.
Ridiculous.
And then afterwards, like people come in and they.
Roxy just lurks waiting for it to come on.
Yeah. What's that? CPAP machine. That sounds like something that you inspect, that you go to a gynecologist for.
Yeah.
CPAP machine.
CPAP, yeah.
Oh, shit, no. This is a R-rated show, this, I reckon. Huh?
Getting that way, yeah.
Oh, what time are you starting to work there tomorrow, Colin?
7 o'clock tomorrow.
Oh, that's a nice early day. Yeah, it's about the same time as I start.
On location.
Ah, yes, nice. Okay. Rob McMillan's still out there. Yeah. So I'm hoping I see everybody down at the Carpet Fest. It's still a few months away, so you don't have any excuses to say, oh, well, I don't have enough time or whatever. It's after all the expos. I purposely scheduled
Middle of
it.
winter.
What's that?
Middle of winter.
We're in the middle of the winter. The snakes are all doing nothing. The baby snakes are doing nothing. New carpet mutations, constant passive air pressure. Okay, you don't need that though. So that's old news now. So what about new carpet? New carpet python mutations? I don't know. I saw Nick Muttons had a like a hypo stonewashed. It's a hypo stonewashed bredli that are really nice.
Mm-hmm.
I also, what I forgot to tell Brent, there was a guy at the Vic Expo that had a pair of silver pepper adults, not a silver pepper adults, a pair of stonewashed, looked like the ones that you had there, with the fading neck pattern and stuff. I think he wanted was it 800 or 600? Correct me if I'm wrong. I see Chris Sankey noticed it on the table there. And I thought he kept saying that he was getting good ratios of babies coming out like that. So I wonder what happened to that pair. I haven't really seen anything. I haven't really seen any new mutations. Darren's holding back. I know he's holding back. I did speak to him about. I know. I did speak to him about that bloody Yeah, striped hypo stonewash that Nick bred. Yeah, striped hypos. Striped bredli. Who's got him?
Why?
Striped bredli. Saw them years ago. That's probably as close as you'll get to a genetic reproducible striping in carpets. Yeah, 400 for the pair. We should have bought
Okay.
that, huh? Not we. I'm Chris's monitor when it comes to buying stuff. So he told me I have to reining
You're
him
the
when he spends
advisor.
too much money on reptiles and I kept saying to him on the day, buy the bloody snakes, buy that pair, and he just no. But $400, even at the odd shot that they not, you're still going to end up with a couple of snakes that are really nice. I think I don't even think they sold. People
really?
just but people are too lazy to do the hard work when it comes to proving out stuff. At the end of the day, the reward at the end of the day, it's a really fulfilling process to prove out reptiles. You know,
Long road.
yeah, it's a long road, and not many people want to do. Yeah, I know you wanted them bad. It's a long process, and if you do it right, then it's one of the best things that you can do. I think a lot of guys. There's only a few people in Australia that's taken the time to prove out mutations, and it's been worth it in the end. Here we go. Where was my call? But I know. I don't know. I totally forgot about you there, Brent, because you've got them already. Like, where's the call? For $500, and they were nice. They were nice. I looked at them. I thought, yeah, no, okay. Yeah, good old days. I would have snapped that
Everyone
up.
on Facebook now trying to find them.
Yeah, I would have snapped them up in a heartbeat in the good old days.
They're good.
Good old days. So, okay, we've been going for a while. I don't want this to fall apart. 1 minute, 1 hour 21 minutes. We go to 1 minute.
1 hour and 21 minutes.
1 hour and 30. Yes.
Yeah.
See, now people start to chat now only. Right at the end of the show, now
So
people
we'll
want to
throw it
start
to
talking
the,
shit. What?
You should throw it to the comments and let people
Just
ask
battle
you
it
some
out.
questions. Yeah.
And you know what? The funny thing is, it was at a guy's table that I've seen at every expo. This guy that rolls in there, grey hair, he's always got a few carpets in plastic tubs, nothing spectacular. But on this day, he had those two snakes sitting there, and I was like, stone. And he actually called them stonewashed. And I stood there listening, hearing with one ear, as he was explaining to a couple of buyers standing in front of him. He was saying how he gets a small percentage of babies or hatchlings hatch from the clutch every year that look like the parents.
Okay.
But I can't buy them. I can't buy
No,
them.
you can't. You're the guy that can't buy anything.
Yeah, I can just appreciate and give people sound advice where I can. Try. Yeah, I try and give good advice. Most people know me for giving sound advice when it comes to stuff like that. I try my best, try my best. Yeah, look at me. I'm starting to get a little drip coming out of my nose. I don't know what that is all about.
Corona.
Corona scare all over the place these days. So, okay. So let's wrap it up. Thanks for watching, guys.
Yeah.
So please now, Saturday or for Wednesday night, this is Wednesday night show. For Friday night, there's not going to be a show. Go over and have a look at Troy's show. Troy's doing a show on Friday nights. I might shift my show to a Saturday because Saturdays are a little better to get the Americans lined up.
Yeah.
I don't know. How do you feel about that? I need you to. We might have to do a couple of shows on a weekend as well to accommodate the Americans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a day.
Yeah, from what I can tell, around 12 o'clock is the perfect time because it's sort of 8, 9, 7 o'clock, depending on where you are in the US. But I really think we need to get our shit together so we can start getting the Americans on and get a format going with these shows because I really need to. It needs to take off now. I'm over messing around now.
We've got a couple more technical issues to take care of, but
What? like your lack of lighting and green screen.
Black lighting. Uh,
No, we'll sort it out. We'll sort it out. Apparently, the venue that we've got, the venue that we've got for the conference, it's nice. It really is. It's
Yeah.
really nice. I saw it and I went, my wife found it. I just have to give a
There you
shout
go.
out to Nicole. She did really good. I wanted to go to
Yeah,
the
you
old.
can take the credit then, but
Yeah, I wanted to go to the old venue where we were last time, and I was sort of, yeah, it's a little bit dated. We need something cutting edge, something with good sound, good miking. You know, I don't want to
yeah.
have to cart all my equipment down there. You know, I want to be able to put a antenna, like a wireless system on the mic, and record straight to the mixing desk so we can push it out into the world.
Yep.
I'm still toying with the idea of running streams from there. But it will be more expensive. I'm thinking I've set up a group today. I might as well just, man, this is what's going through my mind. So I've set up a group today called Carpet Python Live Streams. And what I might do is I might sell tickets to be able to go into that group and actually watch the streams from other places in the world. Just to make it international. And it's more a trial run for me to try that and see if it works. And we'll definitely, it's going to be at least, it's going to be expensive to go and watch it, but you'll have access to both days' talks, and it will be there for future reference as well. So I don't know how we'll do it. We'll wrap our heads around it, and we'll make it work. I just know that we won't have any. We can't afford any technical glitches, so it needs 100%. It needs to be 100% sound. By the time we go live. So that is a bit of a hurdle that hasn't been done. I don't think it's been done in the reptile industry before. Is actually being able to hook in speakers from all across the world, and that's something that I want to do for some of the speakers at the conference. I want to hook them in from the US, some of the top guys, so they can tell us how they do their thing over there as well. And instead of just seeing photos on the internet, actually having a audience with them, asking questions, and maybe that helps. Maybe it helps that we do not just carpet pythons. I don't know. I'm going to leave it to you guys. I'm going to leave it to the guys. I might make a post on take a poll on Facebook and see how people feel about the fact that it's that we're involving other animals. I do think it needs to be snake orientated though. The conference that I want to hold next year will be a lot more mixed bag stuff, blue tongues, all that type of stuff. But I do think that we've got enough people interested in carpet pythons and pythons in general in Australia to fill the seats. So I think the venue can hold 100. So it's not I'm not going to go crazy with it, but I think it holds 100 easily, up to 150. And it'd be nice to get 100 carpet pythons. It'd be nice to get 100 python fans.
I think if you put it together with enough things to see, enough things to do, people will make a weekend of it.
Yeah. And we can reach out. Maybe we might be able to go and have a look at Lilydale High School. I'm not sure.
We'll see. The weekend.
We'll see what the local guys can do. And if all else fails, it's a good weekend just hanging out with people that have similar interests and, that like the same things as you do, and me do.
Just eliminating this Facebook chat group and turning into a real person-on-person thing, which would be good.
Yeah. So, that's a 1 hour and 28 minutes now. So thank you. I'll close it down, close it up so we can go to bed. We both started. It's only 10 o'clock now, so it's not too. How did we get an hour and 28 minutes if we started at 9?
Yeah.
You know what? Because I had the stream going. I was testing the stream before we started. Right. Okay, so we'll have to go on for a little bit longer then, it seems.
Yeah. There you go. We've revived.
I thought it didn't feel that long. Here we go.
I was like, no way, we've been on for an hour and a half.
Yeah, there's still 20 people watching. So anything we need to talk about, people? Any ideas? Any topics that we can brainstorm a little bit? Anything that you'd like to see at a conference? Don't be crazy now, please. Be realistic with your expectations. Look, and for anybody that went to the last two conferences that I organized, I've got a very high, like I'm very pedantic when it comes to
Is that the word you use? Is it?
it needs to it needs to be perfect. I like things to be professional. So you're just not gonna get a B grade conference. It's going to be a good solid event. So or I'll just cancel the venue and not do it. I'd rather cancel it than go and stand there and people go away and they feel like they've wasted money or they haven't had value for money. So I think the fact that there's a nice T-shirt, and I'll be very, very careful with the quality of the shirt so it lasts at least till the next year or the year after that. So
Yep.
And yeah, if anybody feels like sponsoring the event, I'm looking for. I mean, if we can get sponsors, I don't think. I don't want paid sponsors. It's if you need a little bit of marketing, a little bit of exposure for what you're busy with. I'm all open to hear that. Monitors, I'm not going to talk about monitors tonight. We will do a show about monitors. You keep a few monitors, Colin, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I used to keep monitors as well. Actually, the honours degree on white-throated monitors, Varanus albigilaris, in South Africa. I was there. I know the card with her name. The card with her name. Hello, Nilza. How are you tonight?
The card with a name.
That was a funny story. Besides being about carpets, Darren asked these questions.
Dad's lying in his bed, just throwing them out there.
Darren's asking the hard-hitting questions. Well, I'll probably be in touch with you, Darren. We just don't know it yet.
So you're actually coming.
Thanks for offering, mate. We'll see you there.
That's the first speaker at Carpet
It
Fest.
might be the perfect venue and the place.
You guys can hug and make out.
To show us some world firsts, from the factory, How about that?
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, we need to do the whole proximity effect there for Nilza from H&H Rept. Is it H&H Reptiles? Yes. Look at laughing. There we go. Lining him up. Brent's coming down. So we might you guys should just get a little van, hire a van up there, drive down, have fun on the way back down, have fun on the way down here.
Down to Melbourne.
What's that?
That is the most boring drive down to Melbourne.
I know the flight's just a lot easier to do that than.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why. And even the flight it was too much for me. I mean, I was like, I left Melbourne. I was like, I can't be stuffed doing this. I can't do it. I just don't like being away from home. I don't know. So we'll see if we can work out something to get some of these guys. What's it?
I'm going to throw it back to Daz. What's his topic going to be at the Carpet Fest for his
I don't know.
talk?
Gay party. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Yeah. Be careful. You have to be politically correct here on this channel.
Well, he's just saying it's a happy party. So
what am I thinking?
Yeah, I don't know
such an
what you're
idiot.
thinking.
Gay party, gay and happy, gay and lucky. Yeah. Then we talk too much. Oh, that'd be good. That trip to 13 hours. Talking about carpets with Darren.
That'd be a good trip.
That'd be a good trip.
I'll do that with Daz.
You can bring Raptor down as well. I've got an idea about with speakers. So I'd like to get Peter Krause down.
Oh.
I'd like to get Peter Krause down. How I would go about doing that, I did send Anthony Stimson. I'm looking for, don't put it on the air now. If you've got, Colin, you might have. Have you got Peter Krause's contact details?
I do, yes.
So that might be a reach out. And what I want to do something special for Peter Krause when he comes down to, I've only met him once, but he seems to be he supports things reptile related. He comes down to Melbourne Expo every year.
He's a very nice guy.
Yeah, and I think a guy like him has had a lot of life experiences, and I'd love to have him do a talk about the early days of carpet pythons. Subtle dig there. I got that. Yeah. It's past my bedtime. Not really. I I'm surprised you guys are still awake. Huh? All the old fellas here are still watching the show. It's slowly tapering down now. We're wearing down these bloody the youngsters that come on the show.
Yeah, they can't handle it.
It's really just a boys' club here. We don't have many females tuning in. They're just not as vocal as these idiots that we have on the show. Not to call them, you're not idiots. You're very clever gentlemen. Huh?
I'm glad you and Daz are not fighting anymore. Like the love tiff you guys had was.
But you know what? The funny thing is though.
Just hug it out.
The funny thing is that life's is short for the shit, man. You know.
Yeah.
And we are far better off. We are far better off sharing knowledge and sharing laughs than it is to be fucking. Oh, sorry with the language. Than to be resentful and to be angry and stuff like that. You know, and we. You know, there was a moment at that expo on Sunday that was it Sunday? Yeah, I don't even know. This week's just a blur to me. There was a moment at that expo where I really felt like, you know, like there were issues there, you know, not that, but you know, like, and it would have been the perfect place to just talk it out.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't go up there to have a fight and to cause issues. I mean, I went up there to try and mend bridges and make amends. And, you know, I actually apologized, you know, to certain individuals. I'm not going to, I'm not a big apologizer. And I apologized, you know.
Yeah.
Because I shot from the hip, you know, like my first show was a little bit, you know, I mean, even Faye, there's only a few people I have in this industry that I really, what is the word? Respect. Like there's a Faye and Theresia. I don't. What's Faye's surname? For God's sake, somebody.
Theresia, obviously, it's on Facebook.
If it's on Facebook, it's true. Faye and Theresia. She actually came up to me and she said to me, you know, you were a little bit harsh on that first show, and it actually did you a little bit of a disservice. And you know, when somebody like her, the smallest person at a venue like that, has the balls to come up to me and tell me off for misbehaving, and let's get it right. You know, we all hot-blooded sometimes in the way that we approach life and the way that we can carry on and the way that we can carry on about our personal circumstances online and stuff. But at the end of the day, there's people that see you for who you are and can break through that mold and through that hard shell and get straight to the point and say, look, you know. And for somebody like her, and she's defended me a lot of times in my life, you know. She defended me a lot of times on the internet. And I expect that from my friends. My real friends can pull. I mean, Brent's done it. You know, you've done it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm old enough to take constructive criticism and say sorry if I was out of whack. You know, if I was shooting, you know, like, yeah. I'm unfortunately I can be very emotionally driven when it comes to my personal life. The problem is we cannot let our personal life spill over into something that we love, because we escape to reptile keeping to relax.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? To bring all that personal shit into something that we love just spoils the whole thing, you know? So I want to give a shout out to Faye, because she was the one that knocked the sense into me earlier on in the day there. And I was ready to apologize and ready to make amends with a few people that were up there. But some took the opportunity to then continue the drama. Let's not go there. I don't want to go. I don't want to go there because I'm going to be the bigger person here at the moment. Okay? Yeah. So...
that's good.
Yeah. So... but we'll move on from now. We'll make this Carpet Fest a great day. 2 days. And we'll just go nuts like we used to in the good old days. And I'm glad to see that there's some of the big guys. Because to be fair, I know who the players are.
Mm-hmm.
you know. And if I can get the place, I want to go. I want to. I spoke to Russell Grant at the last Victorian Expo,
Yep.
and he I asked him if he could do a talk because I think he would be very good to have a chat about. He's good with green tree pythons. I think Brent's going to ask. I would like to get see if I can get somebody from New South Wales who can do a talk on. I'm not gonna say a name yet about green pythons from up there. Oh, yeah. What happened now?
Hang on.
Maybe your
change
battery.
batteries.
Yeah, battery. Okay, so fade to black by the camera itself. So I'm hoping to get Russell Grant in there. He did tell me he's done the talk in the past. I'm hoping to get Roy Pales in to have a chat about the hyperbredli. I'd like to go back to the origins of some of these mutations that we've currently got in the industry. I think. Oh my goodness, your camera is doing. Oh, okay, yeah. The shadow. Oh, the shadow. Oh, there we go. See, if you've got a Sony, you can just plug the cable straight into the camera, and the battery just doesn't die. You know. So I run a much. Oh, you gone again? Is that battery flat? Oh, fade to black. Trick me there.
Okay,
So I was gonna try and get. I definitely want to try and get Peter Krause there. I'll make a plan for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think definitely Eric Burke's going to do a talk and just introduce Carpet Fest, break the ice. You know, we might have fun activities where we push people over and you have to catch them as they fall. You know, we do trust exercises. I'm sure there'll be a few broken necks after that. And then, of course, I'll be reaching out to all the Victorians. So you'll see, watch them ignore the messages now. You know, when they will get all those guys who are all up for doing contributing at the local Carpet Fest that said they will be there or be square at the Carpet Fest. You know who you are. We had a good long chat. So we'll see you there, Heath. Yeah, Heath. I'm seeing. I'll definitely see you down there.
Darren's in for sure.
Darren definitely. I can see by the ways. Yeah, Peter Kerner. Yeah. We'll see if I'm still not sure if I want to do. You know, like Antaresia. Do we do Antaresia? I don't know. It's a snake.
It's a snake, yeah.
I was looking at them. I was laughing. I was looking at that Steve Carruthers pied Max. What's pied? What are they? Pied children's. You see, this is how little I know about those things. I was looking at them. I'm going, oh, is that a snake? And the people were too funny. They didn't think that was too funny. Another funny story is probably going to be funny because you had to be there. It's one of these. You'll probably switch off halfway through the joke, the story on the. So I was standing there at Karen Russell's table with all the blue tongues at the Penrith Expo, and Gavin Bedford, maybe Gavin Bedford's a busy man. Antaresia. Yeah, that doesn't even roll off the tongue. Antares Fest. No. Yeah, might get that guy to come do the Morelia. What's that story you always used to tell, Darren? That's a funny one. The guy that pronounced his own way. I can't remember what that he told me of the funniest thing. This guy that I can't remember the context of the story. So I'm standing there at Karen Russell's, and Tracy Cornish pulls out this zebra for me to have a look at. She showed me this. It looked like a freaky zebra or something. So I hate that word as well, freaky zebra. It's like morph. So
don't show the morph thing again. Whatever you do.
So her husband, I'm not sure. I think it's her husband or a partner, bent over to pick up something from the floor, and she's holding that zebra, and as he bends down, that snake decides to let its bells go and musk everywhere, and it's in his hair, it's in his clothes or whatever. And as he came up, his head was like he's got a shaved head, so the head was like bright red, and I could see this was going to be explosion of atomic proportions. And I'm standing there, I'm feeling very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And he's looking at her with the daggers of death. And she's just staying quiet. In any case, I felt so sorry because there's nothing you could do about that. But you know that stink that's associated with the carpet python shit and urine and oh man, all over his shirt. Luckily, we all had a laugh at it at the end of the day. But I thought, man, that was a classic moment of a snake just doing everything. Yeah, Ronald Smith. Yeah, saw you on there. On where? Who's Ronald Smith?
He's coming through on
Oh yes, on the YouTube. Yeah,
YouTube.
On the explosion of something else. Oh my love. Oh okay.
Oh my god.
What is this going to be our first? Are we going to block this person?
No, let him go. He's all right.
Let him go. Might provide us with some laughs. We have to tolerate. Let's see where this heads, and then if it doesn't go well, then we'll just block. So yeah. So
battery lasted an hour and a bit. That's
good. Not bad for a Nikon.
Oh, here we go.
It's not bad for a Nikon. Mine lasts forever because I've got it plugged into the wall, and I think it lasts.
I have that too. I just don't have the bit yet.
What bit?
Oh, here we go.
See, you need a bit. I just put a cable right in the side of the camera, and it goes. So, I did see Scott Iper down there. That was a surprise.
Penrith as well.
Yeah. He was doing I think he was doing a talk or something. I don't know.
Okay.
They flew him down. Oh no, he was selling books. They flew him down there to sell books. So apparently he's got a few more books on in the making. So we'll keep an eye on for that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's about it. There we go. Oh well, I'm just gonna block because I this is just annoying me now. So
it's emojis too, like
it's like it's the stuff that I like to see, and it's the stuff it's so okay. but maybe this show's unraveling now. So let's go back. So please keep an eye out on Saturday. I'll be doing a lot of promoting coming up to the show. On Saturday, we'll cover a few things, especially the Carpet Fest. I'll have more finer detail. I'll probably go and have a look at the venue on Friday night, so I'll be able to give some feedback the day after.
We're talking about interactive talks as well. Is that what we're?
Yeah, on Saturday. So people can ask on Saturday. Yeah, the conference as well. I mean, this is part of the reason why we are doing. Why I want to do it on platforms where you can ask him direct questions on the day, and as well as Facebook or wherever we decide to stream. I think Facebook, YouTube. You know, there's ways to make feeds private and stuff like that. So you need to have a certain access. You need to be allowed to access the stream to be able to see the ask questions and stuff like that. And we'll have if you're shy to ask, we're working on another way to ask questions as well. That the questions come through anonymously.
Yeah.
We'll see how we go.
Which I think would be a great thing for a conference.
Yeah.
You can ask a question to the speaker and it's done from your phone. They don't even know you're asking it.
Yeah.
Some people put their hand up. It's great.
And especially seeing that we've got lots of time, you know, it's a whole day. I mean, I don't want to cram. I don't want to go crazy with the speaker, with the presentations. I really want it to be more about just the networking that happens at those expos, because that's really, you know, like where will you find the majority of Australia's top snake carpet python breeders / you know, whatever I decide on eventually. Where do you find them all in one room to be able to talk about animals that they have for sale at the moment? You know, what they're working with, get some ideas. You know, there's a lot of stuff that happen.
Next mutation.
Yep.
He's working on in that facility of his.
Yeah, maybe seeing the world firsts. You know, holding back on us for a reason. I hope. You know.
Some pictures, Dad.
It's frustrating. It's so frustrating, you know. Somebody like
Maybe.
me that likes to look at fancy, pretty pictures, and just can't not giving anything. It's all about it's a two-way street here. Like we need to see, we need to appreciate, and then we give you your money. We give you money, you give us pictures, we give you money. That's how it works. Okay, so let's wrap it up. I hope that guy Ronald Smith. That sounds fake as well.
Yeah.
Poor Ronald, first guy that got the ban hammer applied to him. They
No,
say
there'll be many more, I'm guessing.
there'll be many more on YouTube, but I think this sort of I don't really care about YouTube that much. But they just also, I mean, I don't know what people. I mean, maybe it was just somebody messing around. Here we go. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. And the bloody emojis.
The emojis, he's under.
Don't do me the bloody emojis. I don't do that shit, man. Huh? Well, do you learn? How do you learn to use emojis? Is it just something you start to learn? I seriously do not do any emojis. I probably do a GIF. Is it a GIF? GIF?
Yeah, you do the gifts, yeah.
I do like a good GIF every now and then.
Yeah, they're pretty funny.
Yeah. All right. So enjoy your day tomorrow.
I will.
And don't do anything that I wouldn't do.
I'm not doing what you've done.
No, nobody. Please, nobody do what I've done. Please, don't do that. Think about it again, and then just don't do it. All right?
Yeah, that's right. Just ring him. Ask him what happens.
Yeah, we'll still do a show of that. People are still nagging me about the underbelly, but
we can talk about that. Why not?
Yeah, well, we'll wait to see certain events transpire first, and then we'll have a chat. About what to do and what not to do to get yourself into hot water in Australia. The good old days.
Certain events to transpire.
Yeah, there's certain events. We won't go into detail, So, okay, we'll call it quits. Thank you for watching. Colin, have fun tomorrow at work. Take it easy, but take it. And everybody else, thanks for watching. And that's it for a wrap for tonight. Thanks for watching Reptile News. We'll be back. I'll be back on Saturday with Eric Burke on the Carpet Python channel. So that's for those that you don't know. I've got a page called carpetpythons.com.au. You just do a search on the Facebook. If you end up at Sika Reptiles, unlike and come back, do a carpetpythons.com.au search again, and you'll see my mug somewhere on that page, and you'll see the Carpet Fest emblem or the Carpet Fest marketing at the top of the page. So avoid anything else. When you look up Carpet Pythons, the only place that you have to be is carpetpythons.com.au. And then you can go to my website and go and have a look on there. I'll probably be putting up, posting the tickets for the Carpet Fest. I'll post on the Carpet Pythons page. You can play. I'll make it PayPal, because I think that's sort of the best way to do that, or direct deposit. I probably prefer direct deposit, probably PayPal, because PayPal, there's like that security thing that you can go through. I mean, it's a secure way to pay. But anybody that's been to my previous conferences, can vouch that there's never an issue with you get what you pay for. So we'll go that way. I think we'll just do that, unless somebody can tell me about a better way to do that type of to take payments. You probably be able to pay for tickets on the day, but I would prefer to have numbers jotted down for the event before we go, because I don't want people to stand around and stuff. Yeah, I think that's the competent thing to do. Me talking about competent things to do. Oh my goodness, our life has changed. All right, so. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Thanks for chiming in. We really appreciate it. And we'll see you next time. Good night.